Hey, welcome back to Brick Lake City, and today we're talking about making sets fit into the Lego city. Hey, welcome back to Brick Lake City, where today we're talking about not every Lego set fitting into your Lego city and how we can make the Simpsons set look best. That's right, so as we look at Lego, you can see that there's some really cool sets, lots of awesome things that I would love to incorporate into Brick Lake City. The unfortunate thing is not everything is going to fit in, not everything's going to go well. No matter how much I customize it, some things will just never work. But today I'm hoping that I can turn the Lego Simpsons House that I managed to pick up reasonably cheap off Marketplace into part of my Lego city to enjoy for the years to come. Now, before I start that, there's three kind of steps I go through in my mind when I look at a Lego set to decide whether I can fit it into my Lego city. The first one is, what type of Lego set is it? And while there's a heap of different Lego different sets and themes and all different types of pieces that come together, in my mind there's kind of three key or core categories of Lego set. One of them is the modular buildings. These are fully enclosed on a base plate, ready to go. Looking behind me, you can see a number of these laid out. Super easy to build and just drop in and boom, there's your city. Second type is pieces that are meant for display. So thinking of the 101 Dalmatians set, there's BB-8 and Yoda and all the Star Wars characters, as well as there's a Simba recently as well. I think Toothless came out this year. So there's a lot of those display orientated sets. Botanicals is another theme that's a display orientated set. Those ones probably not going to fit into my Lego city, or most of them without some real serious rebuilding and not going to work. And the third one is the play sets. These sets are ones that either open up or have open backed and make it really easy to get your hands in to play with the minifigures around the theme and all that type of thing. And this is where the Simpsons House fits in. Simpsons House was designed to be a play set. It splits in half so you can get the minifigures in. It's got the car, the roof comes off so you can get your hands in and play with all the different elements. And this is probably the second best option when it comes to putting it into my city. Number one is a modular because they're set and forget almost. Number two is the playset because the structure of it is there to be an element in the city. It just needs a little bit of tweaking. So my skill set doesn't allow me to do a whole heap of customization, but I can tweak things to make them work. And in this instance, with a bit of help from Rubricable as well, I was able to achieve it. But the second step is then, so once I decide, is it a modular, is it a playset, is it a display set, and with those, will they still work? I then go and say, what is the footprint of it? And the footprint of the Simpsons house is huge. It goes across two base plates if you were to put it on a base plate, as well as having space around it, which chews up a lot of the real estate. And as you can see from my city, there is not a lot of spare real estate available to me for this type of thing. So I need to be really careful about how I choose to do things. Now, what I'm going to do this time to save that footprint is I'm actually going to turn it into a 32 by 32 modular building. Now, to do that, it's not going to be the Simpsons house as we know it, but when we finish, it is going to be still obviously the Simpsons house. The character and the theme is still there. So that's not something that I'm going to escape from. But in my mind, I'm kind of thinking, if the Simpsons were in a Lego world, would their house look the same? Or would it actually look more like a modular building? And the more I thought about it, the more I thought Simpsons in real Lego time would actually be modularized. It wouldn't be, as we know, with heaps of green space around it. It would be a modular city. So that's how I've kind of justified massacring the Simpsons house and kind of going against probably what a lot of Simpsons fans would do with theirs originally. So what I'm doing is I got off Marketplace. It was in good condition except for the brown roof. So I've still got a lot of broken pieces that I need to replace that broke as I cleaned it. It was very dusty, very dirty, so I need to go for a cleaning process. And I'll probably do another video on that in the future of how I actually clean my Lego as well. But once I did that, I grabbed these instructions off Rubricable to turn it into a modular building. And this is where step 3 is. So step 1, I've identified it's a play set. Step 2, I know that I can get the footprint to where I need it to be. And step 3 is all about the customization of the set. So as I mentioned before, I actually got a little bit of help from Rubricable from this one because I'm not particularly creative with this kind of thing. I managed to pick up some instructions from a builder called Just Create. I don't know who they are, but I think they've done a fantastic job of this one to turn the Simpsons house into a modular building. Now, as you look at it, and I'll throw some footage in here now of the build itself. Instead of being a 2-level build, it's a 3-level build, which I think is actually really cool. It makes it look more like what a Lego house would look like. So my goal in this was to kind of land somewhere between, I guess you'd call it faithful to The Simpsons and fully Lego, to somewhere in between where you go, yeah, that's a Simpsons house, but actually it's a Lego Simpsons house. So that was the goal for this one, and I think we've achieved it with this set here. So the hard bit for me now is, like, it's gonna go onto that next shelf that I haven't quite built out yet. But before we get it up onto the shelf, let's just have a look at the inside of this build. So this is the top level here. You can see it's got Bart and Lisa's bedroom with a stair there. Yeah, it's not perfectly kind of in canon with The Simpsons, with the piano sitting there in Lisa's room, but you can see the A+ report card is 100% Lisa, and the Radioactive Man comic book sitting on Bart's desk is definitely in kind of the scheme of The Simpsons there as well, with Bart's lucky red hat and of course his skateboard as well. It gets a bit sticky, but as we take that first layer off, in the middle floor, you can see that you've got Homer and Marge's bed and their ensuite there as well. In the original set, Maggie had her own room, but you can see that the cot has made its way into the master bedroom on this second floor part of the building. And once again, as I start to fiddle it off, it's a little bit delicate, but it's not. Like, it's more me than it is the build. But the ground floor is the typical part that you see in The Simpsons. If we pull the little TV out there, you can see, of course, the Itchy and Scratchy show is what's being watched. But the typical kitchen and the lounge room, the rug's the same, as well as the kind of staircase as you enter the door. Taking the roof off, same kind of roof design as on the original. And then you've got the garage space, which is kind of half tiled. I think this is because availability of pieces. But if we pop the car in there as well, no one's ever going to see this because it's going to be on the shelf for me, so it's not hugely important. But popping the roof back on, these are the fragile brown pieces that I've been snapping throughout the whole way. So you can see they're still a little bit dirty and dusty. That's mainly because I didn't want to risk breaking anymore, so I've kind of just settled for what it is. And as I struggle to get this back on, and I realised that you probably need to take the roof off to be able to get that on properly. So it takes a bit of practice, and like I said before, 100% me. It's not the build by any means. So if we just clip it back together, and yeah, it looks like a real Simpsons house, just in a slightly different format to what we're used to. But like I said, I think this makes it a little bit more Lego-like rather than, you know, true to Simpsons canon. So if you're a diehard Simpsons fan, which I kind of am, but like, this is not for you if you want everything to be exactly how it should be. But if you're open to a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of creativity in it, I think it's actually a really cool set. And if I put it up on my shelf of shame at the moment, this is where I just kind of put sets for the time being until I get around to setting it up properly. But as a building itself, so if you are a diehard Simpsons fan and this really annoys you, sorry, but if you consider it not as a Simpsons house, but just as a house, like, I think it's pretty cool with its bay windows, 3 stories. You know, not perfect. There's some more broken brown that's to be replaced in the future. But like, as a house, I think it's actually really cool and is not out of place against that modular apartment there. So I think it's going to work. So that's it for today. And the big kind of theme of it was that not every Lego set is going to fit in a Lego city. But if you look at what type of set it is, what its footprint is, and how customizable, you'll get a pretty good idea about whether it'll fit or not. And for me, I managed to get the Simpsons house into the city. So if you, like, I don't know if I really want to say this, but let me know what you think about the Simpsons house in the comments below. Please be nice, because I know a lot of you probably hate the idea of it not being genuinely the Simpsons house anymore. But I think in terms of the construct of my city, it's actually going to fit it really, really well. So thanks again for watching, especially if you've made it this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if you would like more of this type of content in the future. Until then, see you next time.